How everything going? I hope all is well. In this tutorial, we're gonna be talking about generics. Let's say we had a toolbox, right? We bought a cheap toolbox, but we bought a cheap toolbox that hold hammers, right? That hold a string of hammers. And now let's say we finna print this to the thing. We got one toolbox that hold just hammers, and so I made a mistake right there. So let's say, right? So let's say we got a toolbox that hold hammers, and and now let's print this hammer out. So we print this hammer. So we got and we just made a new class, and we set the hammer. Now we print it to the console. Now we looking at our toolbox, and we got a hammer, right? So now let's say say we want to store something else in our toolbox because we need it, but it's a number of something, some numbers. So we say, so in order to do that, we come down here, we say toolbox, toolbox 1 equal, and now when we try to set it, we try to put numbers in there, we get an error. So in order for us to do that, we'll have to create a whole new class. So we'll have to go back to Walmart, we'll have to buy a whole nother toolbox to fit some numbers in there, because the first one we bought only could hold a string of hammers, right? So in order to do that, we gotta create a whole new class. We gotta come right here, create a whole new class. We gotta create a whole new class and say my other toolbox. We'll have to go get a whole new toolbox. We'll have to go get a whole new toolbox. We'll have to set up a whole new toolbox. I forgot to put .java around there. Let me see. So now we got to make a whole new class, a whole nother class. So we can store some numbers. So we got to say enter. So now we gotta make a whole nother class. So now we gotta come over here and say nah. The printing numbers, we had to make a whole new class. We had to make a whole new class, and just for it to print some numbers. It say cannot find symbol variable model tools. Alright, let's run that over. It was a typo. Everything look pretty straight now. See, we got 8. So now, let's say we wanted to put more, add more stuff in our toolbox. So that means we got to make a whole new class, some doubles. So we got to make a whole new class for doubles to put, and it's gonna keep going. So with generics, it make it easier. You only got to create one class. If you look at generic, when I look at generic, I try to see it like interfaces. It's pretty much the same. So in order for me, so now Java give you a way. Okay, say you only gotta declare it one time. You only gotta make a class one time, and I can handle it with generic. You make a class one time, and it'll accept anything. So let's go up here first. So in order to have a generic go good with collections, which we're gonna talk about a lot in the next video. I ain't gonna put that in here right now, collections, because I ain't trying to have you too confused on. So with Java, you name the generic type. I mean the generic type up here, and in our case, I just put uppercase T right here. But you can name this whatever you want. You can name this tools or whatever you want. But we just gonna name it T for the type. So when I come up here, I name it T for type. You gotta put the T right here too. You also gotta put it all in the front right there too, and let Java know, okay, this belong to T. So now, when I come right here, we could delete all this other stuff now. We got this other class. We could delete this too. So basically, now I could just say, okay, Java, I'm gonna put some strings in this right here. I'm gonna put some strings in here. And now I can just copy it again. Instead of me creating classes, I can just copy it again, and I can say his inches, and you gotta put the whole thing. So I put integer, you can't put int. You say I put string or double, you gotta put the whole thing double. You can't put int or data type in. You gotta put the whole thing: string, integer, double, character, or whatever. So now when I put, you see how Java gave me an error because it see that, okay, you got a string where you say you wanted the integer at. So now I put an integer. Oh shit. Now when I print this, I made one class. Now with that one class, I can use that one class to do, and it printed. My bad. Let me print the value of it. Now you can use that one toolbox to do everything. You can say, okay, you can make that toolbox one time, and you can say, okay, put this in there. It's gonna do it because that's what generics is. You also can have generic methods too, which I'm gonna show you in a few. Where do I put this? You also can have generic methods too. Now you see how Java printed both of these, and I made this one class right here. I can go delete this other class. I made this one right here. I'm gonna delete this one. I could do it again and say, okay, Java, I need you to put some doubles in my toolbox now. With that one class, I can say, okay, Java, put some doubles in there. Put a double in there, and I can tell Java, okay, put some doubles in there, and that's what it's gonna do, because you only gotta set a class one time with generics. Generic, you set the class one time, and then it'll work for anything you want to do. Now you also got generic methods. So let me come right here. I'm gonna show you a generic method. So say we want we're gonna say now we'll say to now we come down here, we say shit, my bad. Now you see right here, okay, we printed integers and strings in the same with the same method. You see we got right here, hello, I'm in a method. Hello, I'm in a method, and it came to every name I put hello, I'm in a method, and then it came and printed out the number 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, that's pretty much all generic is. It's a lot more you can do with generic. Class right here, we do with generics. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. It's so much you can do with generics. My best advice would be to go pick up a nice book or Java and go and learn more about it. It's too much for me to go into. But thank you for clicking on this link. That's pretty much all I'm going on generics. Thank you so much for clicking on this link.